Good evening. As a preliminary matter, this is John Regan, Chair of the Auburn Planning Board. Permit me to confirm that all members are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Rakesh Nowlan.
Present.
Todd Corain. Ron Brooks.
Here.
Steve Chambers.
Here.
Town officials and employees participating, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Town Planner Adam Menard.
Here.
Staff Assistant Rachel Pressey.
Here.
Good evening. This open meeting of the Town of Auburn Planning Board of Tuesday, December 14, 2021 is now called to order at 7 p.m. This meeting is being conducted both in person and remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12, 2020, and extended on June 16, 2021. This meeting, the Planning Board is convening in person and by remote access. For public to join the meeting remotely by telephone, call 1-312-757-3121 and enter access code 133-747-477. Or the public can join via computer at the gotomeeting.com/join/133-747-477. Remote access information has been posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note that this meeting is being recorded by the Auburn Cablevision. Is there anyone here in the audience tonight that is recording the meeting? Being none. Accordingly, those members of the Planning Board, employees, and members of the public who participate remotely, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you, and please take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. Please rise and join us in the salute to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
To the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
All supporting materials that have been provided to the members of this body are available on the town's website. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda. Meeting business ground rules. We are now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before we do so, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. I, Chair of the Board, will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, the Chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Please remember to speak clearly and into the microphone in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. I would like to remind the audience, applicants, and town administration, and each of the Planning Board members to please refrain from asking questions in regards to all matters discussed this evening without first being granted my consent. Finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by a roll call vote. First on the agenda tonight is an A&R 440/442/444 Washington Street. Is there anyone here representing this? Please step forward over there with the mic. State your name. And
My name is Michael Wade.
Jeremy Wentworth.
And can you just give us a quick rundown of what we're doing with this plan? It looks pretty simple, but I want to make sure I got it right.
I can't hear.
He just wants to know what we're doing with the plan. Essentially, I purchased the Motorsports International building at 444.
Yep.
I'm purchasing the building that Great Dane services.
442.
442 next door. And in order to have a parcel there, it has to have 100 feet of frontage. Mike still owns the other buildings out front. So when they had originally broken it up, the 100 feet went over towards his other building, which is 440. And I'm purchasing the building out back, but the parcel actually includes the first several parking spaces and things like that. So since I already own Motorsports, we're going to shift and share some of that 100 feet of frontage. So I'm going to absorb some of the 100 feet and we're going to shift it back so I don't own parking spaces and things like that. So essentially, I'm giving property to myself and back to Mike, like, just so you guys are happy first.
I got you. So you're taking that little triangle space of 54.22 feet?
Yeah.
And you're adding it to the 47.64?
Sounds right.
I can't hear.
You can hit that thing if I get close to it. Sorry.
At 188.
Yay.
What's that?
All set.
Is there anyone on the planning board have any comments? Go ahead.
Yep. Do you know what the width of that pinch point is?
Oh, the actual driveway? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm talking right in here with that. I know he will own them, but I just wanted to make sure. I do have that, so I'm just looking right here. It looks
Where the
like,
narrow point is?
yeah, it looks like that's gonna be the narrowest point, and I just wanna make sure that that is greater than the 24 feet.
Yes, yeah, it is, because it didn't change anything with the driveway whatsoever.
Right.
Driveway is exactly the way it was, and it's over 24 feet.
Okay, so then with this lot line coming over, it doesn't.
It doesn't
inch down
affect
anymore.
the driveway whatsoever.
Okay.
Never touched the driveway. And like I said,
That whole driveway goes back.
Just want to make sure if it ever gets divided again in the future that it still meets those. And I assume you'll be a good neighbor to yourself.
I hope so. I hope so.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Rakesh, do you have any comments?
No questions.
Ronnie, do you have any comments or questions?
No, I'm all set, John.
All right, could I have a vote to approve this plan as presented? Rakesh?
I'll make a motion, yeah.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, John Regan, aye. Ronnie?
Aye.
It is a vote.
Sign this one.
Designed for the emergency vehicles. Yeah. Just want to make sure, and I know they have the space to come.
You get a rubber stamp. All right, and
What's the date, the 11th?
Can I want you date that?
It's the 11th, right?
14.
it's 14th.
That's why,
That's why I didn't date it. I let Adam do that. Ron doesn't have to make a trip anywhere near the top. Do we have a, Ron doesn't have to make a trip in to sign that,
No.
leave us. We have a quorum of 3.
Raise enough, yeah.
Someone needs to change the battery in the car.
What?
Someone needs to change the battery in the car. At 12:30. Oh, you get, everything but, I think you get it all. They get it all, or just,
We get them.
we get the Mylar? Does the Mylar go to the, registry of deeds? Does the Mylar go to the registry of deeds?
What?
The Mylar.
My life was correct.
Thank you, gentlemen. Next on the agenda is applicant Faza Management Incorporated requesting site plan approval under section 3.2.2.2 of the Auburn zoning bylaw for 12 townhouses at 262 Central Street, Auburn, Mass. 01501, map 56, parcel 82. I am told that they have requested a continuance to our January 11th meeting.
Correct.
Make that motion.
You have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ronnie?
Aye.
It is a vote. Other business? Having a discussion about Whitman Bailey Drive bond release. We have a letter from John Stelmach. They're requesting that the bond for the completion of Whitman Bailey Drive be released in full. All required work associated with the bond, copy of which is attached to this request, has been completed. Below is a summary of the dates that the work was done. Everything I believe here is done on the quote-unquote punch list. But my only question is there anyone here from, have the bounds been put in for the property lines yet?
So, that was something that, I'm Justin Stelmach, John's son, for JW Land. That was something that Adam and I had talked about when Mr. Coyle was still here, because it's all a private road. It was determined that the bounds weren't needed, and when the plan was originally approved, I guess it was an oversight, that they weren't taken off of the plan, because when we sold every resident up there, they were buying into the common land, which is the roadway, in all of the grass area and open space. So because this is never going to be turned over to the town as a public road, there really are no lot lines up there.
So, forgive me, I haven't been up there.
Yep.
Are these like individual condo units?
So there's 13 duplexes up there for a total of 26 units.
So, if I bought the entire duplex, how would I know where my property lines are?
You wouldn't, because there is no true property line. On the plans and whenever we submitted for a building permit, there was lot lines, but that was only to show that we met the setbacks in the area requirements, per the regulations.
So all grass area between the duplexes is all common area, quote unquote?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when everything was approved as part of the master deed that's recorded with the registry of deeds, there's an O&M maintenance schedule that the residents are now required to, upkeep and maintain all the water lines, sewer lines, roadway, retention ponds, everything. That was all put into place by the sewer department, DPW, and water department at the time.
That becomes part of the HOA.
Exactly, yep.
I don't have any objections. Does anybody here have any objections to Markesh?
Well, no objections, but I think just to confirm, so this is basically, so we are releasing it for,
So he can get his bond back.
yeah, so there's essentially, is there any inspections that need to be done? Is that?
It's all been done.
All been done.
All been done.
Yeah, so no other questions? No issues.
Ron?
John, the only thing I asked, I don't know, I couldn't quite hear what they just said. Did anyone from the town engineer inspect this?
Yes.
Okay,
I believe this is how this was developed through the punch list that previous to me, actually. And, they came over the list and everything's been done with dates. So that the town DPW is happy with it. Mr. Coyle was happy with it prior to him leaving. So I don't have any objections to releasing the man's bond, because now the homeowners take over the ownership of the road and all the utilities in the
And
road.
I think it was on November 9th, we held our meeting where the residents actually voted for their own board. So we're no longer involved in anything up there.
Could I have a motion to, release the bond at JW Land and Development?
I'll make that motion.
May I have a second?
I'll make the motion, Joe.
Okay, may I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Marcus?
Aye.
Steve? Ronnie?
Aye.
Myself as an aye, it is a vote. You're all set.
Thank you.
Next on the list is 190 Washington Street, Commerce Drive bond and lot release, which we have a list from Graves regarding this with prices, but that's all I have.
Yes, that's all.
So, I mean,
That's the estimate. I don't know if Steve O'Connell's on the line or not. He's going to be in attendance. It might have gotten delayed.
we can come back to it if we like.
I can give you a quick rundown if you like.
Yeah, it's a total of,
Graves put together two estimates. One estimate was for the main road and utilities, which totals $1.178 million. There's a second estimate for the access road, the emergency access road, which is about $490,000. So they were looking for the bond total in the amount of the 1.178, and once they get with that in place, release the lot for lot 3. They want to get construction going, as soon as possible for the foundation. It's up to the planning board if you want to include the access road with the bond at this time, or to have it as a contingent for releasing lot 2, which is where the bulk of the access road, if you recall, those plans are.
well, all the breakdown we have here, 90% of this isn't done.
No, there's no bond set up yet, so nothing, there's very little would have been done. They paved, they,
So is this basically a request for this amount as a bond?
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking 1.5 million, roughly 1.6 million to overall,
for the whole thing.
for the whole thing. I don't have I went through all this and all the prices look reasonable per square yard that Graves came up with, linear feet and cubic yards, pretty accurate actually.
Requests are coming from BPW, they didn't have any, I never heard from them, they have no comments.
Okay,
So it's up to the board, whether they want to do the, about 1.2 or the total amount, would be about the 1.7 million. And then they're looking to get this bond in place, have the decision for lot release for lot 3, so.
so they need this,
They need the bond, at least the 1.178 in place for the, and then the lot be released. So we would, on our side, we would make sure everything's in line, but they want the approval, they would like the approval from the planning board for both the lot release and the bond tonight.
So I'm in favor of having both of them tied together with the first lot release.
John, can I ask a question to the board? So why should we think of the contingency as an option? Why can't we, why even have that second option?
they're kind of separating the roadway from the areas. I kind of like the idea of lumping it all together,
Yeah,
because then you have some leverage.
right.
Right, so we got a road done, we can do what we want, no, we gotta get all this other stuff done before we're gonna release the next lot.
Right.
I don't have a problem approving this personally at almost 1.6 million, you said?
1668.
Something like that. It's almost $1.7 million as a total bond for this entire project. I agree, I think we should tie them together, so it all should be one.
Yeah.
Do you have any comments, Steve?
No, and I'm okay releasing the lot with this in place.
As an entire.
as an entire.
Ronnie, do you have any comments?
I'm okay with it, John.
So can I have a motion to approve this amount of bond as long as part A and B are tied together in a total lump sum?
Yeah, they are.
Roughly 1.6. Oh, you missed it.
Just making a motion.
Just making the motion. So what we did, Steve, is we decided to put both part A basically and part B together in one bond and give you the release of that lot.
Both lots or?
We only requested one, right? We only requested one. Lot 3. That's the one for Ross Express, right? Yeah.
Okay, so what, since the bond will be all inclusive, we'd look to come back in the near future to, when the work is done in front of lot 2, it will be in front of you with a site plan real soon for lot 2. Look to get that release, it'll be bonded ahead of time.
Can we stop the feedback? Is it possible to do that? Rich? I really don't like hearing my own voice. Anyway, so if we release lot 3 for Ross Express, and then you get that all set and done, and then you want to come back and get a release, say, lot 2, do you expect a reduction in the bond?
Not unless work was done that's listed in the bond. But we can cross that bridge.
Yeah.
when we come to it.
Right now, we were going to approve this as part A and B as a whole, and give you the release of lot 3 for Ross Express. Good?
Two votes, please, just make it clean that way.
What's that?
Two votes.
Two separate votes.
Please, just so it's-
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the bond for a grand total of $1.668 million for both what we're considering A and B, the project section, Commerce Drive, Commerce Drive and the emergency access road.
May I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in
John,
favor?
I'll second.
All those in favor, Ron?
Aye.
Rakesh?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Myself, John Regan, and I. May I have a motion for the release of lot 3 for Ross Express?
I'll make that motion.
May I have a second?
Ron?
No, I'm second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Rakesh, Steve?
Aye.
Ron?
Aye.
Myself and I, it is a vote. You have to come. But thank you for showing up. We appreciate it, Steve. It's always good to see you. Have a Merry Christmas, guys. Next is the reserve at Ashworth Hills, bond reduction. We have requested a bond breakdown by graves, which we don't have yet. So I don't even think this needs a continuance or anything. We're just gonna move on.
Nope, just carry it.
take it on next meeting.
Next up is the modifications, nothing under decision, 17 Willow Street. I think that's something we have to sign.
Good. Yes, and I actually already did the lease for,
Okay.
Commerce.
Yep. Don't date it, you're gonna wait for Lee to sign that one. Okay, Steve.
This one. Not there yet.
That's the lot release for this one.
Correct, there's Nick here for that one. Nick,
Oh, yeah.
we'll have to re-sign.
You'll have to come in and, we'll figure something out.
Or I can just scratch the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sign up below, I'll white out the
Yeah,
vice chair, and,
let's do that.
but again, copy and pasting, it's, kills me every time.
Does, even spec books.
Yep. What was the one?
Next up on the agenda is meeting minutes. Could I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes as presented?
Make that motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor, Ron?
Aye.
Rakesh?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Myself, John Rodriguez, and I, it is a vote. Next up is new business unforeseen by the chair. I don't have any. Any town planner update?
Not really, we're still looking for an associate, so if anybody knows somebody or is interested that's watching, come to let us know.
Please do. We can always use the help. So I'm not getting any younger. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor, Ron?
Aye.
Rakesh?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Myself, John Regan, aye. It is a vote. The meeting is adjourned. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
To all a good night.